Hey there, thanks for watching. My name is Christiana and my channel is Well Behaved Wallet, where I talk about mindset, motivation, and making or saving money. Today's video is just going to be kind of an informal chat and catch up where I tell you kind of some changes that have happened, that are happening in my life, and how I'm hoping to use them to get to a better place ultimately. Kind of talking through my strategy on that. Because I've had a lot of thoughts on what's going on and a couple different goals that I've had kind of vaguely in mind, um, but nothing really concrete. Yes, and there have been some updates and changes that have gone out just in the last like 48 hours. So kind of, I'm looking to kind of get those all out and make sort of a concrete plan for myself as well. So when I started this year back in January, I did not know, like nobody knew what was in store. So as I mentioned before, my mom and I share a house together. We split housing costs. I pay all the utilities. She pays internet, phone, and TV. And we share groceries. And it had been a really good situation for both of us because we're both single and we're both at the point in our lives where we are still a great support to each other. In February, my mom's position with a higher education institution was eliminated when the college had contracted their operations and eliminated their campus in the county that she worked for. So she found herself kind of abruptly and very sort of I guess unceremoniously relieved of a job at the end of February. It was not, I mean, it had been coming for years, but the way that they did it was just really sort of poorly handled and I'd say disrespectful, which is just not very, um, it just didn't speak well of the organization at all. She had to ask for a meeting regarding regarding the move, the campus move, because they were closing her campus. And then she had to arrange the meeting. The meeting was on a Tuesday, and they told her her last day would be Friday. So it was really awful and kind of jarring. But out of that, and they did give her a severance package that was, I mean, pretty standard. But out of that, she decided to live her childhood dream and go live in Israel for 6 months. So she actually left 24 hours ago. We just got word from her that she landed safely and was kind of acclimating, knowing day from night. She was just looking forward to showering. She sent us a quick email and just said, hey. So it was really kind of, I'm going to say, an interesting, sort of bittersweet, but really exciting process helping her get ready to leave, because it's always jarring when I did it, when I taught abroad, when I went abroad, kind of packing all of your life for an extended period of time into a suitcase is kind of daunting. She did a great job, and she's so excited because she's always wanted to do this. And she made the comment, she's like, I feel like I'm 16, and I'm like, you look like a teenager too. So it was really exciting to sort of send her on her way. And I felt like a proud parent seeing their kid off to college. I'm like, I was really excited for her. So that being said, I am now like queen of the household. I am head of household in my little house right here. So, and again, she's only been gone, I think, a full 24 hours at this point. And how this affects my life is such, I'm excited to have a space to myself, because I told her when she left, I was like, space is going to look different when you get back. And she kind of jokingly was like, I don't appreciate you threatening me like that. Because she's not a hoarder. I wouldn't call her a hoarder. I would call her someone that really likes to be prepared. And so she hangs on to things in case she might need them. But she doesn't realize that the things she holds on to really aren't of use usually. I mean, it's things like tissues and tea bags and mints and old lipsticks and things she just doesn't want to throw away because she doesn't want to be wasteful, but at the same time, like, she doesn't use them, and I mean, she's mints that are like 10 years old, and I'm like, they expire. So there's a lot of like random piles of, I call it detritus, but like garbage in the house. She was getting ready to leave, so I didn't want to disrupt anything. I didn't want to do anything that would, I wanted to support her as she was leaving, so I kind of limited my activities to like, how can I support, and I was thinking that in my head, so I just kind of tried to keep the dishes done, keep the floor vacuumed, things like that. So now that she is established in Israel and I am here, this is how my life is sort of changing going forward. She has used her, she's had savings set aside, and she's using a portion of that to pay for the household expenses, and sort of the mortgage household payment. So, back when I started this channel in 2015, I had this, grand plan to get out of debt in 1 year, which I could have done on the salary that I had at that time, because I was not paying rent. I was paying the utilities, just the utilities at that point. Um, in February of 2016, our household income dropped dramatically, which meant that my income effectively went up by or my housing costs went up by $1,000. So it was like almost exactly what I would have used to pay off debt had to go to housing. And it's been that way for 3-4 years now at this point. So I feel like for the next 6 months, and I've made a commitment to my mom to keep paying what I would pay into a separate savings account. And she's kind of put the house payment on auto debit. She's given me sort of leeway to see where to kind of make sure that that's happening and that's all running as it should. And I told her, I was like, I'm just gonna make sure the house is standing. Like that's the bottom line I want for you the 6 months that she's away is that the house to still be standing. My ultimate dream would be for the house to be in better, my sort of midline dream is for the house to be in better condition. My ultimate dream is to be able to do some tangible repairs to the house that would increase its value on the market. So that's my ultimate dream. So low, medium, and high, still standing, better condition, and then much better condition. So that's what's going to go, kind of what I'm working toward. And I'll say that it's with great power comes great responsibility, because I'm the only one here. So it means that I have a lot more autonomy in getting rid of things, because realistically, in 6 months, and I know that there's some things that she wants to keep as a therapist. She has to keep her client notes for 7 years, so that's kind of off limits. She has some keepsakes and mementos, like I know what they are. But for the most part, I'm like, I would say 3/4 of the stuff in this house I could get rid of, and that would increase the value of the house because there isn't as much like junk. So that's something that I've kind of actively started doing. Like I've got my industrial strength garbage bags, I've got my dust masks, I've got like my cleaning supplies in order. And today I cleaned out our hall closet. From our hall closet alone, like the size, it's a normal size hall closet, maybe like 4 feet by like 6-7 feet. And I got 3 bags of donation. I donated 3 bags of clothing and got rid of like 2 bags of garbage. So there's a lot of garbage to go through, and there's a lot of decluttering that I'm hoping to do. And I have sort of an order that I'm going to try to do it in. I'm going to start, like work my way inside of the house, like start at the entryway, go to the living room, go to the dining room and the kitchen, and sort of work my way systematically through the house like that, because it's really easy to get overwhelmed, and I could just see myself sitting on my butt or just barely surviving, and then having her come back in 6 months and being like, what have you done? So I keep thinking of like the Bible parable from the Bible where there's like the men with 3 talents, and the boss goes away, he gives 1 10, 1 5, and 1 2. The 10 talent guy like goes and makes 20 talents, the 5 talent guy makes 7, and then the 2 talent guy like buries his in the ground. And I'm like, I don't want to be the 2 talent guy. So that's my plan. I also sort of personally was hoping, because I kind of helped her also pull in an additional income source. So I'm hoping, I was like, well, can I deduct that from my portion of the rent? So I was hoping to kind of, if possible, put myself in a better if possible, that's my goal, is to put myself in a better financial position as well. And how do I do that? So I feel like as well, because we had been, we weren't enablers, like neither one of us had great spending habits, but definitely also toward the end of her time, as she was getting ready to say goodbye, or the vacation we took, we certainly spent a little bit more than probably needed to. But now I feel like, all right, there's no excuse, no enabling going on, like it's just me. So I feel like I have a lot more, again, autonomy in the decisions I make financially for myself, but also there's a lot more sort of vulnerability as well. Any bad decisions are mine alone. There's also potential, I think, to increase my savings and to make a significant dent in the amount of debt that I have. So I think I've revised my payoff goals for my loan as well, because I realize that it's more important to me at this point to have a healthy cushion, like emergency fund, which I don't have right now, which is scary. Um, so my revised goal, rather than paying off everything, which I just kind of set default as my goal for the year, which I feel like if I had just kind of set like a halfway point goal, I would have gotten more traction rather than feeling overwhelmed and disappointed. So I feel like for the rest of the year, my goal, my current balance is like 13.5. Loan balance is 13,500. And I think my goal for the rest of the year is to just be under 10,000, which I think is pretty good if I can do that. So it's 13.5, 3.5 gone. And then to have an emergency fund equal to probably a month and a half, 2 months of savings. I mean, again, it's not ideal, and I'm kind of like it's in progress. But some movement is better than no movement. So it's easy for me. I've been overwhelmed for the past 3-4 years and just kind of making it month to month. And I feel like this is a chance to start new habits, to make new habits. So that's where I am. And because it's Wednesday, so that's kind of the catch up portion. Because it's Wednesday, I think I'll kind of jump into what I spent Wednesday. I've kind of fallen off of that because other things have been going on. I was on vacation. But I think it might be fun to get back to that. I don't know how interesting that is to see what people spend. I like watching that. I can tell you what I spent this week. Again, this is super casual because that's been that kind of a week. Oh, but good, ultimately good. So let's start from the 5th. No, goodness. So today's Wednesday, so the 9th. Okay. Let me see what we got. All right. Ooh. It's terrifying. Scary. Actually, not too bad. So the majority, let's see, groceries. What did I spend in groceries? Household, 121. Lots of miscellaneous. All right, let me just tell you. Do I go by day? Let me go by day. That might be interesting. Okay. Alrighty, guys. Bear with me. It's like a live stream minus a live stream. Okay, so on Wednesday, July 10th. Yes, we'll go the 10th through today, Wednesday. I spent groceries at Walmart. That's great. So this is something I love getting from Walmart. Is their water, like just their regular Walmart brand drinking water, because I've been trying to drink a gallon of water because of this challenge. I have been drinking a gallon of water for the 75 hard challenge, so I did that. So I bought water, snacks, because I like snacks from Walmart. They have really good sugar-free cookies that I like, so I got that at Walmart last Wednesday. I spent $28. On Thursday, I treated myself to Starbucks, and I got gas. $15 worth. On Friday, I had a no spend day. Saturday, that was a big day because we were getting ready, getting my mom's supplies, getting ready. I had breakfast out with my friend. I had a bagel with tofu cream cheese, and it was amazing because I'm not eating dairy. The tofu was really delicious. I bought some essential oils as part of my groceries haul. I got lavender and lemongrass, and I made a yoga mat spray, and it was delightful. And I spent $36 on that, and it was totally worth every penny. And then I got some personal care stuff for my mom. Then on Sunday, we had breakfast and lunch out. I spent a total of $35, which for breakfast and lunch, not too bad. And then I got groceries again from Lidl, which is a same grocery chain similar to Aldi. They're from the same parent company. Then I got more water there. I got coffee, energy drinks, salad, and some fruit. And if anyone mentions that, so the reason why I buy water is because I've tried the filters, and for me at least, so we got a filter system that tested the amount of like parts per million in water that it filtered out. Because in New Jersey our pipes, the water is fine, the pipes are disgusting. So the pipes are very lead heavy. The quality of water is awful, and you can taste it. It tastes like this is gross. But if you've ever like cut your lip and you taste blood, that's what the water tastes like. So the water filters have to work so hard that we have to buy them so often that it's just cheaper to buy bottled because we have to keep rebuying the water filters. So it just doesn't equal out. That's why I buy water and recycle the gallon jugs. That's just what I do. It also encourages me to drink more water because I prefer the taste of that. So that's where that is, and that's why that expense is there. And I wish it were different. I wish it were cheaper, and we were able to use filters. It just doesn't work out for me. So that's that. I spent $18 in miscellaneous. That went into my entertainment. For beach fees, beaches in Jersey also have entrance fees for maintenance. They clean, they lifeguard, and they have public bathroom facilities, which is something I found out in Virginia Beach they do not have. They do not have lifeguards on duty, and they do not have public bathrooms. The beaches are super clean, so I'm imagining that comes from like the municipal upkeep. But in Jersey, they charge you a beach fee, so that's how that is. It's $9 per person. I also got, this was a bad one. I wasn't prepared. Let's just say I needed some personal supplies from a Walgreens, so that was not so great. Then on Monday, and that was on Sunday, on Monday I got more gas, $30. And I used a gift card to buy supplies from Walmart for cleaning. I also got a gift item, I guess, for my mom. She really loves Jo Malone's Orange Blossom. It's my fault entirely because I got it for her for a gift one Mother's Day, and she loves it, and it smells so good on her. That's her perfume, that's her house, her brand, and so I got her a 1 ounce travel spray of Jo Malone for the trip, and that was a gift that I was happy to do and excited to give to her as she went away. So that's my spending for the week, what I spent, and my revised goals, kind of what's going on, a check-in, what's happening with me, where we're at in July. The year is half over. Oof. And it just is. Oh gosh, I can't even say. It's like I'm torn between, say, despair and denial, but just kind of trying to take it as it comes, release my ideas of what I'd like to happen, and accept whatever comes my way with grace and good humor is my aim. So that's where it is for this Wednesday update. And as always, I thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you will keep watching.